Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I'm going to be talking all about vocabulary instruction. I'm going to talk to you about why it's important for your students and how to teach it in a way that's going to engage them. I firmly believe that vocabulary instruction is important at all grade levels simply due to the fact that it significantly increases reading comprehension. Experts agree that in order to fully comprehend a text, students need to know at least 90% of the words in the text. Vocabulary instruction is especially important for your students that have a limited background in English or students of low socioeconomic status that have not had the same opportunities for vocabulary exposure at home. I want to make it clear that while direct vocabulary instruction is important, it's equally important to teach your students how to determine a word's meaning using context clues in the text. However, there's numerous studies that prove that direct vocabulary instruction is extremely effective. So I'm going to give you guys my top 5 tips for teaching vocabulary at any grade level. My number 1 tip for teaching vocabulary is to use photographs. Clip art images are never going to be as effective as real-life photographs. Photographs allow your students to make connections to the word, and they give them an image to associate with the word in their head, especially for your visual learners. Choose photographs that are going to get your students' attention, make them laugh, or spark a conversation. My number 1 go-to website for images is called graphicstock.com, and I wanted to thank Graphicstock for sponsoring this video. Graphicstock has the largest unlimited library of photos, images, vectors, graphics, all that. They have over 300,000 images. Now, in case you're not familiar with stock photographs, you have to have the copyright in order to be able to use it in a commercial product, and most websites will charge per image, and it can cost as much as $30 just for one image. So when you're using dozens and dozens of photographs in your products, the costs add up extremely fast. Now with Graphicstock, you get unlimited downloads. So you pay a yearly fee, and then you're able to download as many images as you want, and it's a 100% royalty-free agreement. So what that means is you can't get sued by copyright holders for using the images in commercial products. If you're interested in a free trial, go to graphicstock.com/YouTube or click the link that's down in the description box. You can download up to 140 images on your free trial, and then if you choose to sign up for the 1 year, it's just $99 and you get unlimited downloads. So I'm just quickly going to show you the website. It's really simple to use. All right, so in order to use Graphicstock, you're just going to go to graphicstock.com. and then just type in the word that you're looking for. So for example, if I was doing the word frightened, I would type in frightened, and then all of the different images are going to pop up, and you can sort them by either illustrations, photos, or vectors. So I'm just gonna scroll, and let's say I like this one, I would click on it. And what I also like is down here, you'll see all of these similar images that you can browse through as well. So if this is the image I want, I just go to download, and you'll see up here that my download has started. My second tip for teaching vocabulary is to use both a definition and an example of the word being used in context. Now, I did develop and create my own vocabulary template that I use to teach vocabulary throughout the year. Now, these are in my TPT store if you are interested, and there's 2 different options. Option 1 is a personal use option. This is what you would want if you were just going to use the templates to teach in your classroom. There also is a commercial use option. That's if you want to use my templates to create your own vocabulary posters to sell on TPT. Obviously, the commercial use option is more expensive, but that's because you have the opportunity to be able to profit from my product. So it is a little bit more expensive, but in the long run, the money that you're able to make from it, it's totally worth it. Now, when I first put these in my store, I only had the personal use option. So if you purchase that, but you now want to convert it to a commercial use option so you're able to put them on TPT, just email me at pocketfulofprimary@gmail.com, and I will happily work with you to be able to give you that commercial license. All right, so when you guys open up my vocabulary templates, you'll see that there are tons of different color options available, and you are actually able to change the color of any of these if you want to. So each different color option has a title page. This is where you can put the book title and the author name. I just thought it was an easy way to keep them organized so you didn't get them mixed up. So right here is where you type the vocabulary word, and if it was frightened, I type it there, and you'll see that it will take up that whole space. So no matter how short or long your word is, it will fit in that exact space. Then I just insert the definition, and then down here I use it in a sentence. So I could say the boy was frightened when he saw the dentist's sharp tools. And what I really like to do is to highlight that word, and I like to bold it, and then I like to make it just a different color so that it stands out. So I'm gonna actually pull this color to make sure it's exactly the same. I'm going to do that with my outline as well, just to make it a little thicker. There we go. Then I insert the part of speech. So this is an adjective. And I like to give a synonym and an antonym because, again, if my students don't know this word, they may know a synonym or an antonym. It's just going to give them something to associate. So my synonym could be terrified, and my antonym could be courageous. Then for the picture, I'm going to use that image that I got from Graphic Stock. So with these templates, this is really cool. All you have to do is select this box, go up here to Shape Format, and then go to Shape Fill and hit the drop down and choose Picture. Then just go to where you had that image saved. And sorry, I've got a lot in my download, so it takes a while. I'm going to go right here and hit Insert, and it will automatically resize the image so it takes up that square. Now, I personally display these digitally when I'm teaching the vocabulary, but you also could print them out and display them on a bulletin board as well. My third tip for teaching vocabulary is to use GIFs. If you're not familiar with GIFs, they're basically short animated clips, and they're perfect for engaging your students. So I'm going to show you quickly how I search for GIFs on the internet and then how I insert them into my PowerPoint. So I'm going to show you guys two different ways that you can search for GIFs. The first way is just to type the word that you're searching for and then type the word GIF afterwards. Then when you go to images, you'll see that most of them will be animated GIFs. The only problem with searching this way is that not all of them will be animated. Sometimes you're going to find just regular images. So another way that I like to do it is just typing the regular word without typing GIF afterwards. Then you go to Settings and Advanced Search. And then you're going to come to Type of Image and you're going to select Animated. And you're going to hit Advanced Search. That's going to ensure that every image that comes up is going to be an animated GIF. So just find one that you like. And again, I like to use ones that are going to be relevant to my students. I want them to be engaged and be interested. So then just save it. I'm going to save it to my downloads. And then to insert it in PowerPoint, it's really easy. I just like to insert a blank slide after my template slide, and then I'm just going to drag it over the same way I would a picture. So I drag it on over. You'll see right now it's still, but when I actually play the PowerPoint, it will be moving. So I'm just going to resize it to take up the entire slide. And then you'll see when I actually play my slideshow, I have my template, and then the animated GIF will go on its own. I don't have to do anything. My fourth tip for teaching vocabulary is to create signals that your students will associate with the word. Things like hand motions, facial expressions, sound effects, they're perfect for engaging your kinesthetic learners. So I know I'm gonna look ridiculous doing this, but for example, if the word was frightened, I would have my students do something like, or, just so it gives them something to remember with the word over time. What I love about these signals is they're great for practicing vocabulary words in just a small amount of time. So if you're in the hallway waiting to go to special or waiting to go to lunch, it's a really, really easy way for your students to practice the words. Now you can either say the word, have your students show you the signal, and then call in a student to give you the definition, or you could do it the other way. You can give the students the definition, have them show you the signal, and then call in a student to give you the word. Either way, my students absolutely love to practice the signals, and it's a really easy way to engage them in the lesson. My fifth tip for teaching vocabulary is to give your students numerous opportunities to be able to practice using the word in context. While it's great if they know just the definition and they can match the word to the definition, it's even better if they're able to apply the word in context. There are so many different easy games that you can play with your students to practice vocabulary. One of my favorite games to play is called Trasketball, and it's one of my students' favorite games as well. The reason that I love it is because it takes zero prep whatsoever. So basically just split your class into two teams and write the words that you're working on up on the board. Call up one person from one of the teams, give them a sentence, but leave a blank where the vocabulary word would go. If they guess the right word that would fit in the sentence, they earn a point for their team, and they get a chance to shoot a ball into the trash can. If they get it, they earn a bonus point for their team, but even if they miss, they still got a point for guessing the right word. Alright, so those are my top 5 tips for teaching vocabulary instruction. I hope you found them useful, and you have at least one tip that you can implement in your classroom next week. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and found the tips helpful. If you have any of your own tips that you want to include, please leave them down in the comments. I would love to read about them. If you're interested in my vocabulary templates, please remember there's 2 options, a personal use option and a commercial use option. The links for both of those are down in the description. Also, if you want to try out that free 7-day trial of Graphic Stock, the link for that is down in the description. Thank you so much as always, guys, for watching my videos. I really appreciate the support for both my channel and my TPT store. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss any future videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.